The days of artists and photographers having to start from the blank page are about to be gone forever. And it is really, really exciting. Okay. Really, really exciting. Comment aha for early access. I'm going to pin this. Want early access to Art Helper? Hold on. I'm pinning a comment here to Art Helper. Comment aha below. All right, I'm going to post this. Okay, so as some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, we have developed a new app at Art Storefronts. The app is called Art Helper, and we have essentially programmed our own AI to help you guys eliminate the blank page problem once and for all, forever. So no more starting from the blank page when you're titling images, no more starting from the blank page when you were doing image descriptions, when you were writing emails, when you were doing blog posts, when you're doing social media updates. And some of you guys are loosely aware of this, some of you are not, but obviously in my polling of you guys, I find that, like, you know, as new as AI is, most artists and photographers have tried ChatGPT. Some have tried Claude, some have tried Grok, which is on X. And you've seen some of the results that it can do, right? You've seen what ChatGPT can do. The rub of ChatGPT and these other ones is, one, you have to pay for them, obviously. Two, you have to know how to prompt it. You have to be a genius at learning how to prompt it to get it to give you the results that you want, which is just yet another skill set that artists and photographers should not be wasting their time on. So what I want to do is I want to show this thing off today. If you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or watching on Instagram, you can leave me a comment with AHA, and that'll put you on my list to get an early invite. But what I need is I need one of you that are watching on Instagram that wants to be the guinea pig today, and let me download a couple images from your store, or your Instagram account rather, so that I can show you Art Helper in the wild. Who's going to be my guinea pig? I need one of you guys, ideally with not a 300-letter Instagram name. But if you want to put yourself up to be the guinea pig, just leave me a comment and I will look at your profile, start downloading images. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these things. Okay. Evoke gallery design. Got to the party first. Evoke gallery design. So let me get this up. All right. Search. Evoke. Let's see what Evoke has. Gallery design. There we are. All right. So we got Evoke, a new era of lenticular artwork. Lenticular. What the heck is that? Designed by 3D artist Tyler Kapos. What's up, Tyler? So super, super interesting. This should be curious how it does. So I'm going to download a couple of Tyler's images. All right. Let's see what we've got here. I can't tell which ones are your art and which ones are. Ooh, that one's awesome. All right. That's beautiful. Let's download. That's a reel, but I'm going to download that anyway. These are reels too, but let's just see. Actually, this would be fun one to do a description on. Okay, so I've downloaded a couple of Tyler's images. This is Art Helper. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to grab some of his images and I'm going to upload them, which is as simple as browse files, boom, boom. Those are the 4 that I got, and I'm going to upload those 4. So what's great about this already in like comparison to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever else is, like, you have a central repository where all of your images are being stored. So you don't have to worry about like getting logged out of the program or where's my image going to be. You can dump them all in here and then you can come back and work on them whenever you want, which is really, really cool, right? So let's start with this strawberry image. And you can see the minute that you get this thing into Art Helper, you instantaneously are greeted with some hashtags down here that it's pulled out, some potential hashtags, and it just does that automatically, and it's hit or miss, but usually it's pretty good. So it gives you an idea how to start thinking about the art. What I usually like to do is I like to start with a product title. And so what I can do is I can put in a product title, the product title prompt here, which is just basically click the button, product title. And what it's going to do is it's going to write 5 SEO optimized titles. Okay, so think titles that would be best on your website to attempt to attract search engine traffic. And then it's going to write 5 artistic titles. I kind of like the artistic titles better, especially as I'm testing things on Instagram. So that's what I would do. And let me see. Harvest Harmony, the iconic strawberry, Strawberry Bliss, a tasteful tribute, Gingham Dreams, the bold strawberry. So what's interesting here is that it's given me these results right out of the gates, right out of the box, right? But what I can do, what Art Helper can do already, is it allows you to tune your voice. And if you were in ChatGPT, you would have to type out like, please change the text in my voice to something that sounds more like this, that, or the other, right? Well, the beautiful thing with Art Helper is that there's buttons to help with the tuning. So right out of the gates, I can say, I don't want to be friendly. I don't want to be engaging. I don't want to be passionate. I don't want to be, I want to be funny, witty, and passionate. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and save those as my preferred tone of voice. And then I'm going to restart the product titles and see what it gives me. See, it's a little bit different. So what this thing allows you to do right out of the gates is tune the model to give you a voice that is more along the lines of how you want to sound. And in future versions, we're going to make a version where it literally learns from how you talk based on your social media posts and based on the text that you give it. You can give it your artist statement, you can give it anything that's been written about that you've written, and it'll know, right? So let's grab an artistic title just to start out. The Strawberry Marvel, Gingham Dreams, a sweet strawberry encounter. Berry Bold, a celebration of flavor and color. Kind of like Berry Bold. I think that's a creative one. So what I do is I copy this one, okay, and I go and edit the detail of the products, and I'm going to give it a title up here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and save it. It's going to make me. Can I get down there? Click save. That worked. Good. And you can see is what it's done is it's put the title up top above the image. And I find this like really, really helpful in my own personal workflow, because ultimately when you guys are making your pieces and then you're contemplating what they're going to look like on the web, you're contemplating what they're going to look like on social media, you're contemplating all these various different things, it's helpful to have like a little sandbox where you can play, okay, with what the output of your image is going to look like. And you can see already, it's essentially crafted a primitive web listing of what this looks like, right? But I've got the strawberry image here, and I've got a title that I think pops, that I think will resonate well in social media. So let's go back from there and let's get into the product description. And again, because I tuned the voice, it's going to remember my choice, funny, passionate, witty, and it's going to incorporate that into the product description. And you can of course adjust this to taste and change some of the things and figure out the voice that you like the most. But I find that this is really, really helpful, right? And I should mention that, like, this little spelling error aside, because that is not Vibrant, we have incorporated into this AI model everything that we've come to have learned over the years on the language that is the most advantageous towards taking a image and actually planting the seed in people's mind that this is just not another image on social media. What this actually is a piece of artwork that is ready to go on your wall and that you can buy immediately. Okay. You guys by default are usually pretty crappy at this. No offense, but you need to plant seeds in the buyer's head that this thing is ready for sale. Perfect for adding a cheerful touch to your kitchen or dining area. Now I'm starting to think about what this piece might actually look like in my kitchen. I love strawberries. I actually grow strawberries. I have some in the backyard. It would be really nice to have this on the wall, right? So I can grab this product description, copy it, edit details, and boom, throw it right in here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now I have this pop, and I can see that it somehow did a spelling error, which we're updating this thing at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. So sometimes it does spit out spelling errors. This vibrant piece bursts with energy, presenting a visually striking strawberry that almost seems to pop off the canvas. And so despite the fact that there's this whole long product description in here, what we're looking at, what would traditionally be above the fold, right? And when we say above the fold, when you look at an Instagram piece and you click on it, and then let's just see one where he did this. Okay, so here's his post. So the journey from conception to creation, watch as Berry Delight evolves into vibrant lenticular wall art, right? But when you look at this post in the feed, it's only going to probably show this little bit or so before it makes you expand it, right? Oh, wow, Kelly commented on yours. Love Kelly. So, when I look at Art Helper, I'm able to see, okay, is this going to pop harder than what I have already on Instagram? And if so, I get this little preview here. And of course, I can come in and edit this at any point in time. I can add, hashtags to it if I want to use these, if I don't want to use these. And then this is saved and ensconced on this particular piece. You can then go right into social media post. And what it'll do is it will take a crack at writing a description for you that you could potentially use for social media. And again, like, if you guys are busy, none of you post enough, you're always worried about, like, what am I going to type about this thing? Here it is, just blending in a little whimsy fruitiness. This piece featuring a plump strawberry against a playful blue checkered backdrop invites you to relish the simple joys. What flavor memories does it evoke for you? Right? Pretty good crack at it. And of course, I can give it more information that I want potentially to tune it up. Ask an open-ended question, change whatever I want, like you can do with all AIs. But look what I can do. I mean, I can go right into email and I can have it sing right in email for me. And I could have created this piece, uploaded it into Art Helper, titled it, given it a description, gotten an email ready to go, talking about the latest piece and why I'm releasing it, what it looks like, why a strawberry, right? Because who doesn't love the juicy game, right? Gallery details, catch this piece and others at Evoke Gallery, where we turn everyday delights into extraordinary art experiences. And whether you love 100% of the output on these things or not, you guys, it's all done. It's all done and you have it. You are not starting from a blank page. All of it is just articulated and put out, okay? It's ready to go. And if you want to grab it and you want to run with it, you can. If you want to tweak it, you can. Well, you don't have to start from scratch, right? It's so helpful to not have to start from scratch on these things. You could also do a blog post with this particular thing. And this is like where the AI just gets so crazy to me. It's like to contemplate all of the work that I've done here in 2 seconds. What does this whole thing take in 5 minutes? Do you know how long this would take in terms of brain power, let alone like just the burden in your mind of like, oh my God, I got to title this piece. I just spent all the time creating this thing. Now I've got to title this piece. Now I've got to give it a description. Now I've got to write an email to my list. When you have something to start with, okay, to work off of already right out of the gates, you are in such a powerful spot. It's insane. It's just going to make your lives so much easier. So for those that are watching on Facebook, Instagram, and you want early access to this, you can just type AHA, AHA on this. And what I'll do is I'll send a direct message to your Instagram DM box, or I'll send you a direct message on Facebook and it'll get you right in here. But I want to show you one other bit of nuance, right? That I just love. And it's like, again, I've been doing this for a long time. None of you post enough on Instagram. I want every single solitary one of you to up your posting frequency, especially as we're running into Q4 here, okay? Especially as we're running into Q4. But I am not naive, okay? I know how much time it takes to think through properly crafted posts, right? So what I would do here in this case is, given that he's really leaning, that Tyler's really leaning with this strawberry one, he's got a couple of different whacks at it, right? I see it on here a couple of different times. He's got it framed on the wall. He's got it on his computer. Here's what I would do, okay? I would be like, I need to come up with a title for this piece, okay? How could I title it? What should I title it? How should I go about it? And what I would do is I would go back, okay? This is another use case, okay? But I really, really like this. I would go back to the product titles, right? And I would see what it gave me this time. And by the way, I can restart it and have it take another crack at it in 2 seconds if I didn't like what the results are. I can also prompt it in a little bit of a different fashion, give it some more input from me, which, in his case, because he's got some crazy language describing this entire art here. Like, what did he call this? Like a new era of the lenticular artwork. So he has some things in there that could help the AI to like explain it. But what I love about this is, watch this, okay? What I would do is I would go ahead and grab this post that he did here in the upper left. I would grab the one where it's framed on the wall. Okay, there's the one that's framed on the wall. And then I would grab the one where he's sitting on his computer and he's got these on the background, right? And this one is a carousel post. So he could even use these elements. And what I would do is I would grab, okay, a couple of these images, and then I would come back to Art Helper, and I would go through the artistic titles and the SEO titles. And again, you can show the history, so you can go all the way back up to the top. You now have like 30 titles for this thing. And I would copy my favorite 4 to 5 Okay. So I would copy my favorite 4 to 5 titles. It's like, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. Okay. I would get those all copied onto my clipboard, onto a little doc. And then I would come back here, and on a carousel like this one, I would go, here's my newest piece, and I need your help naming it. Here's what I've come up with so far. And you have this image, and then you have the first title from Art Helper that you like. Copy paste and do a carousel post. And then you would have this image, and then you would have the next title that you potentially like. And then you would have this image, and then the next title that you potentially like. And what that gives you is it gives you this opportunity to test the titles with your Instagram audience. So you're pulling your Instagram audience into your art creation experience, and you're saying, guys, help me pick a title. Okay. And so you're instantaneously going from artwork to give me feedback on a title from your audience, from who's potentially going to buy your art. And that is just so incredibly powerful, right? Like the number of Instagram posts that you could potentially do, and how much better would that carousel be that I was showing you from him if it had that? Like, instead of, like, you're telling me a story of how he created this, right? Like, I can see all of these layers. He's in some sort of crazy 3D program. He's got 2 monitors, an absolute mad scientist here. And now you're saying, help me name it, right? With all of these. And you could complete the entire thing, okay, with, I should probably just build one of these in Canva. You know, you could complete the entire thing with the final piece on the wall, right? And you're like looking at this thing from different angles, and you're going, whoa, I didn't even understand it could do this. This is insane. This is amazing, right? So it just gives you an idea of some of the things that you're going to be able to do with this. And what is so fun is that, like, having all of your artwork in one window where you can come and work on it, okay? Where you can come and work on it and then save it and then marinate on it and then come back to it, and then you have it. It's like, you know, it's such an upgrade on what the normal AI apps have already, because with the normal ones, you have to upload the image and then prompt the heck out of the thing and then hope it gives you the result that you want, and then fine tune it and then go in and copy all that stuff, but it's not saved anywhere. It's like in this big Chat GPT window, and you have to scroll up and down to get through it. Now with this, it's like I can just go in 2 seconds. I have it all saved here, and I can go through my images so incredibly quickly, and I can give them all placeholder titles and placeholder image descriptions. Will they all 100% be perfect? No, not necessarily. Some of them might be winners. Some of them might get you thinking, and then you can take those things to social like I just did. But you know, the reality is that, you know, good is better than perfect if it takes 2 seconds, right? To have the ability to be able to save this, failed to update artwork details. I don't know why that's doing that. Let's see. All software has little bugs, doesn't it? All right, let's go back to this product title. Okay, give it another one, save it. And I really, like, as a marketer, I find that having this window where I can see what it's going to potentially look like with the artwork right there is so helpful. It's such a helpful thing to be able to marinate on. Like, do I like that title? Do I not like that title? At least I've given it a placeholder title. If I want to change it or want to tune it up or want to do something different, you know, I can come back and circle back and do that, right? And so, again, on the list in terms of features, I want it to be able to do everything that you need to do on Instagram. Okay. So picture, yes, the hashtags, yes, the captions, yes, you know, when you post on Instagram, there's also a meta description field that's hidden in advanced. I wanted to write that. I'm eventually contemplating integrating this with Canva for those of you guys that are using that, so you can design out your template and then just throw the titles all into the images and do the carousel posts. We're going to have it, like I said, you know, we can have it essentially scan your entire social media profile, get your voice, the way that you talk, and make all of the posts, all of the writing in your voice, which would be really, really exciting. Another thing that I want to do with it is I want it to be able to come in here and you upload 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different pieces, and then you click price my art. And we're going to have a module that will build out your entire pricing and your entire lineup with our best practices in terms of how to price art and how to think about how to price your art. And all of it would happen automatically, meaning, you know, we let's just say we started with his strawberry image here, right? Which I've called Berry Bold, which makes me laugh just saying it. I thought your title was good too. What title did he give it? I like the title that you came up with, but I do like Berry Bold better just because I think it's funny. Berry Bold. Yeah, he picked Berry Delight, right? Berry Delight's actually pretty good too. But my point is, okay, we've got Berry Delight. How should we price this thing? Like, what should we contemplate the pricing on this, right? And so we'd have a button down here that clicks Price My Art. And what it would do is it would generate an entire lineup from merch to small paper prints, okay, to medium-sized canvas metal acrylic prints, all the way up to the limited editions, and throw all of those images in a grid for you so you can see what a pricing lineup would look like, right? And then when you have the entire pricing lineup in front of you, you're going to have a much better idea. Okay, like what do I want to adjust here? Like maybe he wants to go on the limited edition. He wants to start that thing at $2,000. Okay, well then we can wind down what all the rest of the sizes, including merch, would look like for Berry Bold or Berry Delight. Depending on how it looks like. And then we're also going to include POD in this. And so for you guys that are not customers and don't have readily available access to print on demand, all you're going to be able to do is just click one button. Boom, it's going to send this thing off to Bay Photo. You're going to pick whatever options you want, and then it's going to come back to your house so you actually have a print to show off. So we're really, really excited about the potential for where this thing can go, what it's going to do. And can't wait to start getting into your hands and playing with it. And so currently where we sit, I think we're thinking about like somewhere mid-December launch. So if you leave me a comment on Instagram or Facebook with AHA, AHA, what I'm going to do is I'll put you on the VIP list in the minute that I have invites. I will start sending them out to you guys before anyone else gets it, and you can play around with it, kick the tires, start processing your images, see what you think. And we're really encouraged, especially with a lot of you guys that have a huge inventory and you haven't titled everything and you haven't given anything descriptions and you're like, how am I going to do this? Even just contemplating that is overwhelming. With this technology and the fact that it's all saved in there, you're going to be able to just upload all of your art and get it all knocked out. And you know what? It might be you need to tweak some things and you need to think about some things. But again, like when you're in this scenario here, like this is just really, really powerful because it forces you to see this is what it would potentially look like if it was listed on a website. Do I like what I'm seeing here? Right? Do I like what this potentially looks like? Do I want to make tweaks to this? Okay. Do I want to change some things up? So we're just so excited to see where the potential iterations of this goes, especially as we continue to train in like the language that we know that gets clicks, gets add to carts, and gets more people purchasing your art. Okay. Because I know from a timing standpoint, like it's hard enough to create the art. And then you got to create the art, and then you got to start posting about the art, and then you got to give them all these titles. And it's like, you know, where does an artist catch a break? And so that's that's what we're looking to do here, is just save you guys time, right? Save you guys some time and get you operating more efficiently. So really, really excited. I'm going to continue coming back onto Instagram Live, Facebook Live, X Live, on all the platforms, in showing off more and more and more of what this thing can potentially do. And then, you know, for those that left me a comment on either Instagram or Facebook, I'm going to ask you some questions in the DM about what features that you would like to potentially see next on this guy. But I'm very excited to have it help you price your art. I'm very, very excited to unlock print on demand. I'm very excited to tighten up the integration of Art Helper with Instagram. So there'll be literally an entire Instagram module in here that handles every single solitary thing. What type of post are you doing, right? You know, the relevant hashtags, what language to use, you know, are you playing the link in the bio game? Like, how do you want to differentiate that? I'm going to have that help you write Instagram bios. And then ultimately, you know, if we get this thing tuned to your voice, you're going to be able to log in, say, scan my social media post. It's going to scan all your social media posts, and it is going to get your voice, how you talk left to your own devices, and it's going to incorporate that into the model. So what will end up happening is when you're asking it to write for you, you will be stunned that it literally sounds exactly like you do, right? Once you have that, then you're going to feel even more confident that you can do anything that you want on it. But it's already, in my estimation, a better product than any of the off-the-shelf AIs, solely because you have everything saved in here. And then you can go in on your profile, okay, and you can tune the voice, and then you can automatically add in the words that you want to avoid. Like, don't use this lame, flowery language. I would never use that word. I would never say that word. And once you have all of that saved, it remembers it. And every single solitary image you process is going to have that. So I think it'll get you guys much, you're going to get quicker. You're going to get quicker. You're going to find it easier to post. You're going to find it easier to articulate your art. You're going to find it easier to do all of these various different things. And if we give you that time back, we believe that's a recipe for winning. So thanks for watching. Really excited. You know, in basically a month's time, this thing is going to be available. All of you guys that left me comments, aha, you're getting on the list. I will email you the minute I have invites to send out. If you are an Art Storefronts customer, of course, you're going to get access to it before anyone else does. But we're opening this one up to everyone. We're not just keeping it in the Art Storefronts house. So, you know, all of you guys are going to be able to get invites. So if you're seeing this now, seeing it later, you want early access, again, AHA, just type a comment with the words AHA, aha, and I will send you access. And thanks for watching, everybody, and have an absolutely fantastic week. Bye now.